Daily fantasy made easy. Pick 2 to 5 players, and if they score more or less than their PrizePicks projection, you can win up to 10 times your money on any entry. Don't forget to enter the promo code LOCKEDON at sign-up for an instant deposit match up to $100. PrizePicks.com. And folks, it is game day here in New England. Your New England Patriots will be taking on the Arizona Cardinals, 8:15 p.m. Eastern kickoff from State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. For those of you not making the trip out to Arizona, and I know there were quite a few of you in the New England area, you can catch this one on ESPN. You can also catch it locally on WBZ. So check your local listings to make sure that you do not miss a second of the action. And of course, in addition to it being game day, folks, it's always Locked On Murph Monday here on Locked On Patriots. And I am eternally grateful to be joined by the legend himself, the Counter Murphy Fisto, columnist extraordinaire from E2Gsports.com. Thomas Murphy joins me today. Murph, thank you so much for coming to me in friendship. Welcome back to Locked On Patriots, Don Murph.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Wally pipped my ass.
I see you saw Steve's show last week.
Yeah.
I take it, yeah.
I caught that while I was laid up. Yeah, no, Steve, mine, all mine. I'm not going anywhere.
Well, folks, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. There is one man with his very own branded hashtag here on Locked On Patriots, and it is my friend joining us to the side right here. Bottom line, there is few, if any, I respect more than Steve Balistrieri in this business, a true pro, and he is a regular and part of the family, but Mondays were created for Murph. If for no other reason, folks, the alliteration is great. Monday, Murphy, gotta love it. So, that being said, my friend, you're back in the saddle, you're back in the hot seat, and the New England Patriots at 6-6 find themselves once again fighting for their playoff lives. But the Week 14 slate so far, I don't want to say been overly kind to the Patriots, but it gave them a little bit of breathing room as the Buffalo Bills defeated the New York Jets yesterday 20-12 at Highmark Stadium, knocking the Jets back to 7-6. If the Patriots can win this game tonight, they will put themselves back into the driver's seat to be able to leapfrog and get that final playoff spot, simply because they hold the tiebreaker over the Jets, 2 wins without any question. And also with the Los Angeles Chargers, folks, based on strength of schedule and based on the conference record. So when you look at what the Patriots are facing tonight playoff-wise, before we get into X's and O's on this, my friend, how are the Patriots sitting in terms of potential playoff contention, in your esteemed opinion?
I think they're sitting well. I think I don't want to say they're sitting pretty, but they're not sitting ugly. They have their destiny in their hands. If they win and take care of business, they're in. A lot of people were on me last night for being quite happy that the Chargers were winning. They're like, Murph, we need the Chargers. No, I don't go down that route until there's no other route to take. Okay, I was quite happy with what the Chargers did. Just a little more of exposing what's wrong down there in Miami. I expect Miami to have a difficult end to the season coming up. They've got some great, but the Patriots have games against a game against Miami left, a game against Buffalo left. This is their playoff spot to be had or to be lost, and I expect them to go out there and take care of business.
Yeah, they're going to have to go out there and take care of business, because a win tonight, although we're not technically in mathematical elimination yet, Murph, it's about as close to a must-win as you can possibly get. Our friends over at 538, analytics galore. These guys love to do this. They live to do it. It's their time of year right now, and they're being mentioned all over Patriots media, all over NFL media. With 5 games remaining, because the Patriots still have tonight's game, there's still 5 games remaining in the Patriots season. A win over Arizona increases their odds of qualifying to the postseason to 39%. Not great, but not catastrophic. No. Pretty good. You're nearing that 50% mark by 11 percentage points, but a loss drops them to 12%. And that is going to be tough to come back from. If there's any game on this slate right now that is winnable for the New England Patriots, they got to start by doing it tonight. They have to take care of business in Glendale. Arizona presents its challenges, folks. So this is not going to be a cakewalk for the New England Patriots. Murph and I are going to get into that in just a moment. But when you look at the remaining schedule for the Pats, they got the December 18th date with the Las Vegas Raiders at Allegiant Stadium. That one gets knocked down to the 4 o'clock time slot.
Thank
Then
you.
you've got exactly. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. It's nice
Thank
being
you.
able, especially when you have to cover these games. It's nice
Right.
not having to, submit stories or, be able to do that at 2 a.m. But, obviously the fan base likes it too. They're going to get a little bit extra sleep, and that's always a good thing. But then you've got the Christmas Eve matchup with the Cincinnati Bengals. You've got the Miami Dolphins on New Year's Day, and then you've got the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo on January 8th.
Not an easy road.
Not an easy road at all. And I'm glad you mentioned that the Dolphins' loss is not necessarily a bad thing for the New England Patriots. The more film you give Bill
Yep.
Belichick on how to beat that team down in Miami, even though the game's going to be up here at Gillette, it's always good to have that type of heads up on the competition, folks. So even though statistically, standing wise, I understand that, yeah, you wanted to see Miami win because it knocked the Chargers down, but ultimately, the Chargers are not on the Patriots slate coming up. They won't face them unless there's a playoff matchup. They do have the Miami Dolphins on the slate as well. So we'll see if Bill Belichick is
Yeah.
able to extract anything from that loss last night. An impressive win for the Chargers as
Yeah.
they continue to try to take care of their own business.
We said that after week one, that,
Mhm.
that there just simply wasn't enough film as to what was happening down there in Miami, and you put it perfectly and succinctly that the more film you get, the more you can expose or at least see a direction in which you want to go to stop this offense.
Absolutely. And that's exactly what the New England Patriots are going to have to do if they hope to stop the Arizona Cardinals tonight, who, once again, Bud,
Yep.
do present their challenges to the New England Patriots. There's some defensive and offensive challenges that the Pats are going to face, and Murph and I are going to discuss those in just a moment when this episode of the Locked On Patriots podcast continues. But first, today's episode is brought to you by Audible. Audible is releasing a slate of new football podcasts that we're all at the Locked On Podcast Network absolutely sure you're going to love. That's why you'll be able to find a sneak peek of Think Like a Champion available right now as a bonus episode on Locked On Presents. Think Like a Champion is a brand new podcast hosted by Denver Broncos quarterback Russell Wilson and Audible. Russell Wilson, alongside co-host Harry Wilson and the late Trevor Marward, digs into how high-performance athletes, artists, and leaders push the boundaries of their potential. Here, two-time Super Bowl champion and MVP Von Miller delivers sharp insights about performing at your highest level in the moments of extreme pressure. Or NCAA champion Tim Tebow discuss how to find your unique personal mission in the world. Think Like a Champion is available for free on Audible or wherever you get your podcasts, so be sure to check it out. Head over to Locked On Presents for a sneak peek of Think Like a Champion, or catch the full series available anywhere you get your podcasts. It's available everywhere now. Audible, get in the game. Patriots fans, the holiday season is upon us, and it's that time, Murph, where we're kind of teetering on the brink whether or not you've got to, get out and get more holiday decorations, holiday gifts, last minute shopping, stuff for the meal. You're always on the go. And anytime you're on the go, or if you need to do some road traveling this holiday season, you might want to check out our good friends over at Turo, the world's largest car sharing marketplace. With Turo, you can book any car you want, wherever you want it, from a community of local hosts. You can browse a huge selection of vehicles for just about any occasion or budget across the US, UK, Canada, and Australia. Book a spacious SUV or minivan for a family road trip. Get a classic luxury car for a special event, birthday, or a holiday party you want to arrive in style for. Or if you just need affordable economy cars, if you're on a budget and you need to get from point A to point B. Many Turo hosts can even deliver the car right to you. Every trip is backed by liability insurance. Terms and conditions and exclusions apply. Find your drive at Turo.com. Patriots fans, the legendary Thomas Murphy of E2GSports.com joins me here today on hashtag Locked On Murph Monday. But it's a little more than that today, folks. It is game day, and we're getting you ready for an 8:15 p.m. kickoff tonight on ESPN, Pats and Cardinals. Murph, this one is on paper a very winnable game for the New
Yeah.
England Patriots. You look at the scores, you look at the records, and you see the Patriots at 6-6. You see the Arizona Cardinals at 4-8. Struggles on offense on both sides of the coin, struggles on defense a little bit on both sides of the coin as well, although I think the Patriots have had the superior unit this year. It should be something that the New England Patriots are able to tackle. But Arizona presents a wrinkle in the New England Patriots game planning strategy because while Arizona has struggled overall on on defense this year, one thing that they're very adept at being able to do is blitzing the quarterback. Vance
Right.
Joseph is very aggressive in his style. Now, there are drawbacks to that, there are positives to that, but the New England Patriots have had difficulty in beating the blitz. When you look at this team, Murph, I know your monster keys always should be turned.
Yep.
And folks, if you haven't checked them out, go over to e2gsports.com before the game kickoff. Check out Murph's monster keys. Yeah, you'll be well informed as to what needs to happen for the Patriots to win this game. Is this a key? Is this the top key for the New England Patriots in beating the blitz on the offensive side of the ball from Mac Jones? Or are we missing something here? Lend your wisdom and counsel on the subject, my friend.
No, we have to attack the blitz tonight. All right. What the Patriots need to do is use motion and figure out where things are coming from. This is a defense that is blitz happy. Mac's got to identify where that blitz is coming from and then hit that open spot and use that to move the chains. I know it doesn't sound like a very exciting style of football. Once again, people, but this is the way that this team is going to have to get the other team, get their opponents to respect them. And tonight, that's the paramount thing, is to be able to pick up this blitz and attack the empty spot, and then go move the chains from there.
Yeah, without question. The teams that have the most success against the Patriots, folks, and we've said this several times on these airwaves, those that strategically place the blitz from the second and the third level of the defense.
Yep.
That's what Arizona likes to do. And pressure has typically caused some difficulty with Mac. You go back and take a look at what the Buffalo Bills did. The pressure they put on him essentially disoriented Mac a little bit. It caused him to open the top of his drop in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Instead of going to the three receiver side, he's going the opposite way. And when he does that, he's going to get confused. There are going to be some suspect decision making, that's going to creep its way in. And that's, I think, what Arizona is going to try to do. And you can't deny the statistics that support it. 36th in both passing grade, 24.4, and passer rating at 29.2 among 37 qualified passers as graded by Pro Football Focus. So there's a lot that needs to happen. The Mac only completes just 43.8% of his passes when he faces pressure. So
Right.
you're looking at less than 50%. If you want to get to him, that's how you do it. That's where Arizona is going to try to do what they need
Tonight,
to do.
that number's got to be close to 60%.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They need to get a package plan, like you said, in place that's going to allow the quarterback, the offensive line, and the receivers to be on the same page. And folks, that sounds so elementary. It sounds so rudimentary, but it's true. And
Yeah.
the Patriots have not done that well this year. They need to if they want to find success tonight.
Don't overthink it. That's the thing. Don't overthink it.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, for all of the difficulty that Arizona has had defensively, and they rank near the bottom of the league in several key metrics. If you look at some of the statistics, you're probably wondering why we're talking up this Arizona defense. They've had their trouble. 31st in scoring defense, 28th on third down,
Yep.
32nd in the red zone. This is where the Patriots, I think, can really make some strides.
Right.
But their defense is fifth in pressure rate and third in blitz rate. So the Cardinals, I think they're going to use that zone-based coverage. That's exactly what their wheelhouse is. But they're a multifaceted defense. They can use a lot of defensive fronts, a lot of personnel groupings and coverages with an aggressive pressure package. If New England wants to be serious about neutralizing that, I think you articulated that perfectly. They can't overthink it, but they have to have a strategy in place to
Right.
be able to neutralize it. Folks, it's always fun talking New England Patriots football with my good friend here. And the monster keys will continue to be turned in just a moment because we're going to flip things over and talk about the defensive side of the ball. New England has some issues defending alpha wide receivers, and they're facing one of the game's best tonight, but there is a blueprint to be able to neutralize him. Will the Patriots enact it? And what is the defensive key to stopping this Arizona offense led by Kyler Murray? Our good friend, that Counter Murphy Fisto himself, turns the defensive monster keys when this episode of the Locked On Patriots podcast continues. But first, folks, remember today's episode is brought to you by our good friends over at PrizePicks. At PrizePicks, it's daily fantasy made easy. You pick 2 to 5 players, and if they score more or less than their PrizePicks projection, you can win up to 10 times your money on any entry. There's no competing against others, so you're not competing against myself or Murph. You're simply going up against the projections available. And PrizePicks offers projections on any sport that you watch. This includes the NFL, NBA, NHL, men's and women's college basketball, college football, and so much more. The entries can be made in less than 60 seconds. That's right, folks. It's that easy. The withdrawals are safe, they're fast, and it's currently operational in over 30 states and in Canada. So download the PrizePicks app or go to prizepicks.com to sign up and play daily fantasy sports. First-time users can receive a 100% instant deposit match up to $100 with the promo code Locked On. So, Murph, that means if you deposit $100, PrizePicks will give you $100. If you deposit $50, they'll give you $50. So don't forget to enter the promo code Locked On at sign up for an instant deposit match up to $100. PrizePicks.com. Patriots fans, the legendary Thomas Murphy joins me here today on this game day episode of Locked On Patriots. Hashtag Locked On Murph Monday, getting you ready for an 8:15 p.m. kickoff tonight. Glendale, Arizona, State Farm Stadium, New England Patriots, Arizona Cardinals. And Murph, in the previous segment, we talked about what the Patriots need to do offensively. They need to find a way to neutralize the blitz, or at least find a way to play past it.
Yep.
It's been a difficulty for New England, but they do have the offensive horses in place to be able to do it. They will be without Jacoby Myers, no question that's going to hurt them. But guys like Devontae Parker, Hunter Henry have to step up and give a little break to Mac Jones and a little break to Ramondre Stevenson, who is carrying the load, quite honestly, right now offensively. But that's on the offensive side of the board. The Patriots also need to pay attention to the defensive side of the ball, and they need to have respect for this Arizona Cardinals offense that, despite their sputters early in the season with Kyler Murray and some difficulty getting the ball going, they're starting to hit their stride now, and it's because of DeAndre Hopkins. Since his return from a 6-game suspension, top 5 in several statistical categories, tied for 3rd in targets, 2nd in receptions, 5th in receiving yards, and just really, playing like the true stud receiver that he really is. It's been argued by me, the defense, that the New England Patriots defensively face their biggest challenge trying to shut down DeAndre Hopkins. But you see things us mere mortals don't see. When you dig into your monster keys in the New England Patriots, for the New England Patriots, and trying to get to the Arizona Cardinals, is that the key to defensive success tonight, or is there something else that the Patriots need to be very wary of when it comes to this offense of the Arizona Cardinals?
No, I'm not gonna disagree that that's a key, but as to how it's going to happen, it might be a little bit different than the way a lot of people are thinking out there. The key to this game is containment. Okay, to contain the best second baseman in the NFL. Keep him behind the line of scrimmage. Kyler Murray is a scat back with an arm. All right. Most of the damage that he does down the field is on extended plays, on broken plays. Once again, rolling out and being able to move that pocket and making it so defensive backs just tire out, or they lose. They end up losing their assignment in the back end. What the Patriots need to do today is contain him in the pocket. Gap integrity is going to be paramount this week, people. Do not let him move the chains with his legs, and do not let him extend plays down the field and give guys like Hopkins and Brown opportunities to get away from that coverage.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, Kyler Murray right now has a passer rating of 113.9 when he targets DeAndre Hopkins.
Yep.
That decreases to 89.3 when he goes elsewhere. So,
sound familiar?
Yeah, exactly.
The last 2 weeks, it's been the same thing. unworldly against their top number one wide receiver, and then it drops down to practically nothing. So
Yeah,
I understand what everybody's saying about stopping DeAndre, but you can't. You have to get to Murray. You
right.
have to get to him. You have to
Yep.
make him uncomfortable and not allow him to freelance.
Absolutely. And I think you're onto something. And as a matter of fact, now I know you're onto something because I do agree with you. When you look at the statistics, though, and you look at where Murray goes with the football and how effective he can be, 8 of 9 of his interceptions, 8 out of 9, folks. Sorry about that. 8 out of 9 of his interceptions are thrown when he's targeting non-Hopkins receivers. So
Right.
you force the ball elsewhere and you've got a shot with him. But you're absolutely right. It's not enough just to do that. You have to get to him and you have to make sure that he's uncomfortable. Now, Hopkins is someone that he's going to continue to look for. There's no question about it. Size, contested catchability. Bad matchup on paper for the Patriots cornerbacks, especially Jonathan Jones, who struggled in man coverage last week against Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
He's without Jalen Mills tonight, so it's going to be up to Jack Jones, Marcus Jones, Indiana Jones. They're going to have a lot. No, sorry, folks, I couldn't do it. I couldn't resist. But the Jones party of three is going to really have to come
Right.
together tonight in that secondary. And I think you might see the Patriots dust off an old Belichick staple when it comes to this defense if you're going to
Yep.
contain someone like a Hopkins. That's where they double or roll the safety over the top of Hopkins and you put your
Yep.
number 2 guy on him. So
That's
that's
it.
probably going to be Jack Jones. And you're going to have Jonathan Jones take out Hollywood Brown in single coverage.
It's
Jabril, as much
exactly
as
the
I
key that I cut.
absolutely, and as much as I thought Adrian Phillips would be the safety, I think it's going to be Jabril Peppers. More
Yep.
physical, a little bit tougher, a little more smash mouth. They need to hit these guys. They need to jam the receiver at the line of scrimmage. If they can do that, I like their chances of being able to get to Murray because it's going to confuse him. There's going to be moments where he's uncomfortable. Then you unleash guys like
Yep.
Matthew Judon, Dietrich Wise, get after the quarterback and see if you can make things happen there.
Right.
So
Judon needs to rejuvenate his season right now.
yeah.
It's been a few weeks. It's been a few weeks since we've heard his name, and I expect to hear it a lot tonight going up against this Arizona Cardinals offensive line.
Yeah, that's a good point. Big game for Lawrence Guy coming up. Big game for
Yep.
Devon Godchow. These guys have to be able to at least sustain or take on some of the double teams they're going to see from Arizona's offensive line because Christian Barmore is still not in that lineup. Say what you will about Barmore's stat
Right.
sheet. We've talked about it several times. The stuff that he does, the intangibles he brings, and being able to take up bodies really helps to free Matthew Judon an awful lot. And I think you're seeing him struggle a little bit without Barmore in the lineup.
Yep.
I think that if those guys can do that, and I think they've done a decent job of it, but they're going to have to be a little bit better tonight,
Right.
especially against a very blitz happy team like the Arizona Cardinals.
That's it. And this defensive line is going to have to get it done and stop James Conner.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a serious problem. I did not cut the key, but yeah, they're going to have to get it done alone. You do not want James Conner out there barreling over safeties and just exhausting this defense before the offense has time to put up some points.
Yeah, Connor right now is someone who is also coming into his own as of
Right.
late. Monster game, over 100 yards a few games ago. This is somewhere where he's going to now be a part of this offensive game plan as well. So, folks, bottom line, the New England Patriots do have some serious problems, but they have some serious people to solve them. And I think that's exactly what you're going to see tonight. Mac Jones talked about this earlier this week. So did Bill Belichick. It's all about stringing together good, solid
Right.
plays on both sides of the ball. And I think if the Patriots do that, they may make my earlier prediction that I made last week here on Locked On our crossover of a 24-21 victory for the Patriots look all that much better. Before I let you go today, oh great sage, I got to put you on the hot seat. It is game day. Game day prediction. How does this one shake out in Glendale?
Yeah, I think it's going to shake out in a way that is going to surprise a lot of people. I think the Patriots put up 28 points, and the defense holds the Cardinals to 17.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, folks, it's going to be an interesting one. Monday night football contests always are. Sometimes you see great football played on this night, sometimes not so great. But the New England Patriots need to be great, whether their opponent steps up to the microphone or not. And I think Arizona is going to be very heavily motivated to play spoiler, and they're in front of their home crowd. This is going to be a tough game for the Pats, but I still like their chances of being able to do that because I like their ability to score in the red zone tonight. I think they're going to exercise at least that demon from their repertoire and get at least one red zone touchdown. So that's my bold prediction. It amazes me that we're talking about a red zone touchdown as a bold prediction, but
Right.
that's my thought process on this, folks. But we'd love to hear what you think prior to kickoff, and even drop by if you want to after kickoff, because we'll always be happy to hear how wrong or right we were. Murph is always right with his keys. You can lambast me all you want to, and I always enjoy it. I appreciate the feedback, no matter whether it's good, bad, or indifferent.
Right.
Always try to get better here on Locked On Patriots, and we will continue to do so. But in the meantime, folks, please continue to stay safe and stay well and be the change that you wish to see in the world. We appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to make Locked On Patriots a daily part of your New England Patriots coverage. You can catch my good friend at e2gsports.com, whether it be pen to paper, whether it be voice to microphone. He's always doing great things on One Patriots Place, one of the best listens in Patriots media
Thank you.
you will ever find, alongside our good friends Claire Classy, Claire Cooper, and the resident voice of reason, Steve Balistrieri, who held down the fort very admirably last week. And we always appreciate Steve in doing his due diligence here on the show. But definitely check out Murph's written work anytime on E2G Sports. Doing a lot of content on the Red Sox right now, but those monster keys are cut every week for your New England Patriots. I label everything the man does as a must read or a must listen, not because I have to, but because I want to and because it's correct, most importantly. I would never steer you wrong when it comes to that, and this guy does it better than
Thank you.
anybody in the business. As for me, you can catch me each and every day here on the Locked On Patriots podcast. And now that you've made us your first listen, please make your second listen our good friends over at Locked On Sports Today. All the information, all the latest news that you need from all the major sports, both professional and collegiate. And they also offer you the take of the day. What more can you ask for? Locked On Sports Today is found on the Odyssey app, on YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts. On behalf of my good friend, the Count of Murphy Fisto himself, the legendary Thomas Murphy, I'm Mike Debate. Stay safe, stay well, and be the change you wish to see in the world. Have a great day, everyone, and enjoy the game tonight.
You can't keep up with the Joneses, people. You can't do it.